It's your man, Pooh Nanners, your Texas caster and hype master. And I'm joined by Vivian, Control Flirt Delete. What do you got for us today?
Thank you very much. We have a wonderful charity today that we're raising money for, and it's my birthday, and we got a lot of people. We convinced them to come in and play Onward, which is, I think, the hardest part so far.
It is a game that people you don't come into too lightly. It's a game that's built to be serious. As one of the ex-developers from the game said, he was fired because he kept trying to make the game fun. So,
Is that real?
that is actually a direct quote from an ex-developer. But yeah, it's the idea is that the fun comes from the realism, from the immersion. It was developed by Dante. He's a very early adopter of VR. Got into it at a very young age to develop stuff, and he was making guns for VR, trackable guns, and then later on decided to make an FPS milsim game. And a lot of people fell in love with it. Leagues have been around forever. It's been featured in a lot of things, and so we pulled in a lot of our friends who don't play this game, and we thought that would be really fun to watch them try to kill each other and hopefully fail in hilarious ways. We'll see.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. I had cancer in 2018, and after I received chemo, my brain was just complete mush, and it was just hard to do anything again. So I had my VR talk show, The Hive, and I got Thunder Pilot on as a guest, and he was like, "Yeah, come on in and play." And then there's this group, VR Spies. They saw that I was gonna try and play Onward, and they thought it was hilarious because like I said in my write-up, that the most violent game I've ever played was Fruit Ninja.
Yeah,
so
this was a lot of blood.
Yeah. Well, Onward luckily doesn't have a big splatter of blood or anything like that. And it is a scary, intense game, but it really, really helped me because of so many different things. I had to think differently, and I was completely new, so I could just go into it and start over, basically. The community is really great, and it just kind of helped me feel okay again. So we wanted to bring people in, friends in who are willing to play. We didn't have League players come in, although you may see some League players from maybe other games, because we didn't want it to be, like a bloodbath or anything. We want it to be more fun and lighthearted. And for those of you who've never played Onward, have never seen Onward, who happened onto this channel, welcome. We want to be able to explain the game, and so hopefully you can see what it is about the game that I love so much.
Yeah, and you've prepared a little strap video package that we could show people here in a little bit. But I wanted to touch on that. You're talking about playing this VR game and how it helped you. That's the brilliant thing. People are seeing there's a lot of articles been published on this, on VR for mental health, right? And this particular game for you, it's immersive. It's a new skill set, so you have all these things you have to learn. But it's also stimulating everything at the same time. And then at the same time, you have the threat of impending death of your character happening and trying to get this thing on to try to accomplish your goal within that game, that there's so many things happen in such an immersive way that you don't have time to think about the stuff that is dragging you down. You don't have time to think about the things that are giving you anxiety and depression. You were focused on this thing. And that's what your brain needs when you're in this situation. It needs a break. And and this game helped you get that break that you needed so you could get things back under control. It was a little bit of therapy, a little bit cheaper than therapy if you think about it.
Just a little bit, yeah. So
well, you were early VR, so I guess not that cheap.
Yes, exactly. I was with Vive when that came out. That's crazy. Yeah. I could have I don't know, 10 quests now, so for that amount of money. But you're right. It is. It does help with the brain. We do have a charity, so you can check out the link in the description or on our Twitch channel. We are trying to raise $1,312, which is the number of days since I was diagnosed. And I am doing much better. So I know people like to ask. And I did want to talk about the charity. So MD Anderson is one of the largest cancer research centers. And the cancer I had is called neuroendocrine cervical cancer. And it is so rare because cervical cancer itself is more on the rare side. And then neuroendocrine is really rare. And then mine was a subset of that rare cancer.
Did you want to pull up that lower third for it?
Yeah. So yeah, we'll give some information about it. So we're gonna talk about. It's our tagline is rare but there, because we can't get any big funding because it doesn't affect like the big numbers, unfortunately, that breast cancer like affects, but we're still like in need of research. So there was research conducted, but they had to end the study because there wasn't enough people. So everything that we did was experimental, and they couldn't really give me like full statistics just of the very small amount of people who were diagnosed with it. So anyway, so this is for Sorority of Hope, and I hope that you can donate for us and support, but more than anything, just kind of be aware of this cancer that is extremely aggressive, and it's unfortunately very aggressive.
You all right? I lost you there for a minute. Oh, did your microphone come unplugged? Well, while Vivian gets her audio sorted out, we've got our guys loaded up into game. We've had a few last-minute cancellations thanks to the hurricane that's bearing down on Louisiana. But we think we've got the positions filled, and so we just got to get them in. Now, do you want to show people that strat package?
Yeah, absolutely. So for everyone watching, I apologize. The game is a 5v5 military simulator. What you see in the game is exactly that environment. There's not like other games where you have name tags or you have different like health bars or anything like that. So it's very, very realistic. And here I'm going to explain a little bit of strategy with how this game works.
Strategizing in Onward is a lot like strategizing in chess. There are finite places that you can go and move, but the possibilities are very wide. And in Onward, it's dynamic because both teams are playing at the same time. And there are restrictions to where you can go and how you can move. So it's not completely open. So in Suburbia, we have Marsoc, who's attacking, and Volk, who is going to defend. All over the map will be different objectives, but you're only going to have one out at a time. So for this one, we are going to look at the tank objective. First, we'll have Marsoc, and they'll be represented in green. They will spawn in the northeast or the northwest. It'll be one or the other. Volk will be orange, then they spawn in this house, the spawn house in the south. A lot of teams will use different callouts to communicate with their team where they are or where the enemy is. A common one for Suburbia is splitting the map into 4 lanes. 1, 2, 3, 4. For Marsoc, they can make a plan to go 2-man down on the northeast side, 2 on the northwest side, and making sure that they clear paths as they go. They can also keep 1 man in the back to send suppressive fire down this lane, lane 3, which is known to be an open lane. Lane 3 is very open, so Volk will also try and suppress that lane sometimes to prevent Marsoc from advancing over, just in case they're in the northeast. For Volk, let's look at a typical defense. This is pretty old school, but you can set up Volk in these positions. The important thing is that they are all protecting and have their eyes on this objective. Someone must always have their eyes on the objective. This house doesn't have to talk, they can just listen. This position. The one on the middle house can also listen for anyone approaching in the backyard. The middle house can also look at lane 1. They do not have to peek out, they can just look out the window and do recon. They can tell the person in the porch that someone's coming silently with radio taps. And the person on the house between lane 3s and 4 can alert the person in the house so that they can shoot anyone coming from lane 4. You want to keep 1 person at least on the objective to watch these areas in case Marsoc does a quick attack. Marsoc can throw smokes and to suppress sound, for cover, a distraction. Volk can do the same thing, but it's most commonly done on the offensive. So let's say that these Volk were eliminated and taken out. You want to be careful of where your final defenses are, because Marsoc can come up for a sneak cap. They can go and cap here out of view, or here out of view for some, and over here out of view for the person in the middle house. So you're the last person up. You want to be able to go on both angles to make sure no one's there. You also might not know if someone has flanked around. As Volk, you don't have to stay in one spot. You can also flank around and try and catch Marsoc head on. You can hide in all types of different positions, but typically teams will set up where everyone will be so that you know which areas will be covered. So this is a common strategy for Marsoc to attack and Volk to defend.
All right, well, I zoned out there for a second. Sorry for the black frames, ladies and gentlemen, but we are ready to rock and roll. Looks like they need a couple more people, or they're going to go 4v4. I'm not sure.
Well, let's introduce the people that we have playing for us. So we have some really cool people that owe me a lot of favors, basically, and that's why they're there. So we have Cutie Pop, one of our streamers at VRespawn, and he also runs Outrun Digital, a league for high school. We have Reality Check VR, who is the original VR spy who made fun of me and got me into Onward. We have the wonderful Robin's Reality. She is the sweetest person. She writes VR content. She's a blogger and just all around wonderful person. And we've got Skiva, who is the host of Between Realities, the Bearded Bard, and you know him as the founder and editor for VR Trend magazine. And VRGamerDude, another VR spy and content creator, and Dr. Oculus and Buck 3131, who are
Tommy takes out Robin.
best friends.
Looks like Dr. Oculus is about to get another piece of that action himself. Doctor doesn't keep an eye on Kami's sightline. Oh, he's got double sightline. Lambowski puts him in the ground. Buck comes back to get that, as you call it, refrag. Rhubarb puts another one down, and Crash wins. Oh, they spelt it with a C. I feel so let down. Here's your pro tip about the objective. Got to chime in there, Vivian.
Yeah, though we want to put little tips on there so you can see what's happening with kind of understand what's going on. Of course, feel free to ask questions on here. But what we're on is Suburbia, and that's the map that we were just talking about with strats. And it's, I guess, I would say the oldest map, but it's very popular, especially for beginners, because it is a, well, I mean, it's recognizable. It's a suburban neighborhood. So
with a big tank in it.
Yep, there's a few giant tanks in it. So actually, they're doing the
building
tank
on fire.
Yeah, the fire department is not really, they're not around over there, so they still have to make it in there. But yeah, they're on Suburbia, and it's really funny listening to them get ready, because they're like, oh, you know, you have to be on my team if you know how to play, or I haven't played in 2 years. But they're here, so that's the good thing, and it ends up just being a lot of fun anyway. If you're not taking yourself too seriously, you can go in there and try a bunch of new things. I mean, I know I looked like a fool when I first started, and a little bit now too. So,
well, the survival mode is always fun, or just playing that with like a couple of friends. Like, you don't necessarily have to go up against seasoned players whenever you play, and it can be a lot of fun. But one thing to keep in mind is that Dante put this little trick in there a long time ago, where the robot players will respond to you talking. So if you're getting with your friends and you're just hanging out at the very beginning and you're trying to talk it out rather than talking it out in the tent beforehand, the bots will come right at you as a fire team will just mow you and all your friends down.
Yeah, it's funny that if you go in there, you can play co-op and you're just going against AI. But the minute you make a sound or anything, they all turn and go for you, which is how I first started. And I came out and I was like, I just want to watch a rom-com and eat ice cream. This is too scary. And I did, but then I came back. So
it's got to be the new mode that we add to the game, capture the ice cream.
Oh yeah, yep. There is ice cream truck. There is call outs. Like I was talking about the lanes. There is an ice cream truck call out, but I think it's just like a dead body truck. So we haven't confirmed either way.
Yeah, so I think they were warming up a little bit. Did see something about they were waiting to get another person. One person was waiting to get back into the game. So we're just waiting for them to get started. And as soon as they get started, we'll come right back to that screen. So for now, I guess we could talk a little bit about the charity to give ourselves a little bit of fill while we wait for these guys to jump in the game. Yeah,
it looks like we went up. So thank you so much. Again, this MD Anderson, I think they said they were stopping by. So hello, welcome. It's really, it would just mean so much for us because it's so hard to get just attention and awareness on it. Like all of the fundraising has been really grassroots, anything from like survivors themselves or people who support them, family members. So yeah, it's I think we're gonna make it totally. And also the charity will be up through December, so you can donate then as well.
All right, we are ready for them to go ahead and start. There was a small amount of miscommunication. They were waiting for us to tell them to go, and I was like, no, you go.
They are children.
He's like, you go, and I can literally, that's what I keep, if people see me looking up, they're like, what am I looking at? I'm looking at the feed to see if they've started yet. So like, so it becomes a seamless transition, right? We just get to talking, and then we could jump right into matches like, like a second or two after it started. Looks like they lost another player, so maybe they're not ready to go. I don't know. Buck apparently has a mic issue with Onward.
Yeah, so in Onward, let's put up a little fact here. It is all proximity, so you can't use third-party comms. You can't use like Discord or anything like that. That is prohibited and considered cheating. So it's whatever you hear in-game to the people next to you. That means your enemy can hear you. So it does matter to be quiet, and the index does allow you to move every individual finger. So you can, some people do signals like, they're in lane 1 or there's 2 of them, anything like that. They also use radio callouts. So there is a radio in game that you use with your team, and only your team can hear that. So that's the one thing people can't hear. But what teams do sometimes is use like inaudible communications. So they can either gesture or do taps like Morse code on their radio, whatever the teams choose to do. So we've established that, but I mean, you could try, but it's hard to learn all of them. So you have to be really, really focused on that. Oh, looks like we're getting a little bit of.
They're all just jumping out and back in. They're like, nope, we're not playing on this server. We're going to a different server, I guess.
Yep, going to another one.
They said they're going to restart the lobby to reset the score. I wonder if they're going to get themselves a 5th player, or if Kami's like, I could play for 2 people.
Yeah, of course. So Kami is our producer, but she also is the captain of Unicorn Holers.
That's right.
Awesome name. Of Pavlov, which plays like CSGO, if you're familiar with that. And what she always tells me...
It looks like CSGO. I've had a lot of the players tell me, though, that if you have CSGO skills and try to bring those into Pavlov, you will die a lot. You have to unlearn CSGO to play it, apparently. But it looks exactly like CSGO. It's like a CSGO clone in Pavlov.
If you try to bring any skills from the pancake world into VR, it doesn't exactly translate.
Like a lot of your mil sim skills actually work pretty well in Onward, strangely enough. I mean, there's a few different things like like not talking. That's not something you'd ever had to do in a video game before. But your basic understanding of how cover mechanics work actually work really well in games like Onward and other shooter games. That's helpful. The thing is, at Pavlov, there's a lot of movement that's based in that game, and a lot of finicky movement that just comes from Valve's source engine, and that just obviously all of that is completely useless in a game where it's more the movement that you make yourself. You get like lateral movement that's built into your character, but none of this jumping and sliding and surfing and none of that.
Yeah, I'm putting up what you see is what you get. When you see the players in the game squatting, they're going prone, they're doing that in real life. So I don't think you do that when you're playing Call of Duty, though. You're not like...
It took a while to get that prone animation right, though.
Yeah. Well, but they are actually in their room doing it. And there are some strategies. Like, some people go prone, but they keep their knee
Dude, there's great shots of that
stuff,
They can
just jump up. Yeah, we do. There's
from
some
like the
great ones
Onward
from LAN
land they
events.
did it. The one Onward land they did Oculus Connect. There was like a dude. He had his controllers in his gun stock. He was laying on the ground on his side, and he was using his foot to like scooch him just a little bit around a corner so he could poke his head like this and get a shot.
Yeah. Oh, I want to say that was glorious. Or something.
It was glorious.
So there's a question in the chat. Is there friendly fire? Yes. So that is like the number one thing. I think people like are embarrassed when it happens, but it happens to everybody.
It does.
So because again, there are no name tags in there. You don't see anything. Your
and it's
Marstock
milliseconds.
is
It's
green.
milliseconds on reaction time. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So Marstock is in the army fatigues, and then Volk is all in black. But from distances, you're like unsure. So communication is a really big thing. You really, really have to.
But communication also gives away your location. So it's very important to know where your teammates are going to be at all times. And at the highest level that this game is played at, these guys have played these maps so many times with all these positions so many times against all these other teams so many times that they know where their teammates are going to be pretty much at all times. And usually when you get friendly fire, it's because a guy's out of position. He's just somewhere you've never seen him before. You're like, it's clearly not a member of my team.
I will say, though, my only claim to fame, and I'm just going to tease him a little because he's one of the best players, but Thunderpilot and I were just playing and just like a regular game, and he shot me while I was sending in the uplink. I was like, oh my god, but at least it was by one of the best players. So it can happen to anybody. You know, and of course it will like
that's
make
your
teammate
team,
mad.
Though, you know, that's like not the team he's used to playing with. So
exactly, I was too short. He's like, who's that short person? Obviously not my teammate.
Yeah.
So
that had to be
and that's another thing is that I'm 5'1.5", thank you, and Bananas, you're like
6'5".
I don't know, 6,000.
Skiva's much taller than I am as well.
Yeah,
so his character's gonna be huge.
You will see that in the game, so I'll like be really little.
They get taller and they still get wider too, don't they? But this game does still have a height limit of 6'4", though, right? Like the character model won't render bigger than 6'4".
Yeah, I think they did change it, but it is really funny when I'm playing with a really tall player because I'm like, hello, which everyone's like, well, you're small, you're a little target. That's not fair. And I say, well, if we do snapshots, you will hit my head and I will get your belt. So, fair trade.
All right, looks like we're just waiting on one last player, so it will be 5v5. It's just our one last player has to restart, and then we should be all good to go. That's the key takeaway, is that they're almost there. This, by the way, is one of the reasons why I always say about an hour to 30 minutes before a stream is like, everybody needs to already be in-game making sure everything's working.
Yeah, well, you know what? These are big deal people.
They don't have that kind of time. It's true.
Yes, they're like, wait, so we're only going to play.
Here's your key takeaways for an event that you have coming up later.
We do, yes.
Yeah, with a bunch more streamers that you're just like, all right, gotta log this one away. How much time you actually have to set out in advance.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go ahead and shout out to that because Hoonanners and I will be doing Hyperdash, which is a separate game at the end of September. We're doing that for a charity XRSI, so XR Safety Initiative. So that will be something to look forward to as well. And I was trying to think about like, well, what game do I want to play? And I guess I chose Onward because that is the game that really helped me. And so I guess I just wanted to share that and kind of bring that up to everyone. See, there's a question about what the objective is to send a 7-digit code that's in the tablet on the player's backpack. At the beginning of the round, it's pretty habit to pull out your tablet, check the code, and it's 7 digits auto-generated every round. And then you're going to have to memorize it, basically. Get up to the uplink within the radius and punch in the code. The fastest cap is like 3 seconds, but that's kind of like...
You got to memorize that code too.
Yeah.
Like you guys, if you're blowing away your short-term memory with a whole lot of edibles, because it is VR, that's what you probably want to do. You're not going to be able to hit that uplink code. It's too many numbers.
So
Traden was mentioning how he blew out his knees playing this game up and down. There's a lot of up and down in this game. A lot of different VR games, they have different movements that repetitive movements that they require from you. Like games like Sprint Vector and Echo Arena are very shoulder heavy, right? There is up and down in Echo Arena, but it really does beat up your shoulders. Beat Saber really beats up your shoulders. This game, it beats up your quads like nothing else and your knees.
Some people knee pads, and I highly recommend that.
Yeah.
Maybe wrist pads. Maybe a helmet.
Yeah, that's one of the first things you learn playing VR esports at all is that you actually need some sort of exercise and protective gear if you're going to play competitively.
Yeah,
Definitely need to protect your hands.
Trayden is in there, and I want to say hi to Trayden. He's the one that taught me a lot of how to play Onward because he ran the rookie boot camp. And he said that when I started playing, the minimum height was 5'6", and that's true. So all of the short people, we were kind of crouched. Remember, it's mimicking you in real life. So our player models were just always like a little bit crouched at the knees. So I wanted to start a team called the Crouch Potatoes. Long live the Crouch Potatoes. So
what's the minimum height for Onward now?
I want to say 5. You could be 5'1". I don't know. I haven't gone down, or is it 4?
I do remember when I was first playing it that the minimum height was 5'6", but I didn't really think about that. You said 5'1", and I didn't really think about that the minimum height was 5'6", and then Trayden brought it up.
Yeah,
that goes all down to 5 foot now. Now, see, in the United States, engineering for like safety and harnesses and just like bus seats, whatever it is, the rule is the minimum height is 4'10", and the maximum height is 6'6", I believe. So I was like, that's probably the range that Dante should have gone for, because that's just the U.S. standard. I'm sure in the Netherlands that standard skews further the other direction. But here, that's what the thing it is. And that's why you can get like handicap designation if you're below like 4'10" in a lot of states, just because the equipment is not designed for you. And if you're 6'6", you just got to deal with the fact that you're not going to fit it. If you're over 6'6", you got to deal with the fact that you're not going to fit in your bed nowhere. Like me, I've got an inch. I've got an inch in most things. So it's like, I can fit in a Honda Civic if I put the seat like all the way down and my legs are like right up against the steering wheel, but I fit, you know what I mean? I just fit.
Really tall, and then he adds 5 inches with his hair. I don't know.
Yeah, well, my hair
he's gonna be the tallest.
My hair compresses, so it's okay.
Speaking of which, follow Hair Nanners on Twitter. It says hair has
you get all your tips on hair care products.
Yeah.
Which is funny. My hair knows how to do it. I don't put that much effort into it. I like showing that off whenever we go to conventions, and I have a bunch of people staying with me who are not used to staying with me. It's like I was telling Vivian about this, like fresh out the shower, I'd be like, all right, everybody, time me. Just go in there and do it. Come back out. It's like, bam, 5 minutes. And the rule is that if it takes longer than 5 minutes and my hair still looks funky, I look in the mirror and I look at my hair. I was like, this is your fault, not mine. I don't care how you look.
Okay.
It has a mind of its own.
They're still going in there. So this is a good time to mention that like VR is really hard to develop for. And there's a lot of different things that you wouldn't think about when you're playing traditional gaming that you have to consider when you're doing VR gaming, such as the heights and the height differences and the environment as well. And can you walk through environments? What happens if you go up to your teammate? Will you walk through them, or are there colliders and you bump into each other? So a lot of different things that go into consideration. And then also with that is the technical issues, because it's heavy on your system sometimes to play a game like Onward. Although the graphics have pared down a lot to accommodate the Quest.
The Quest, yeah. There was a lot of grumbling coming from the competitive community when that happened, because it's so much effort to completely redesign a game for Quest. And in this case, Oculus Studios brought in their conversion team to help out with it, put a lot of effort into it. And it's just, you've got these deadlines to meet, and it's going to come out at first. And they had to make it work on the Quest 1 as well. So it's going to come out at first kind of not looking all that great.
Yeah, and I still like, I don't know, have a place in my heart for Onward just because of how much it helps me. And the community is pretty cool too. So yeah, I still want to support it. And the casts are so fun because, like I said, it's a lot like playing chess. I mean, it's not exactly like it, but when you play chess and if you play it often, or if you play any kind of board game with strategy, you're always having to think, what am I going to do now, and how does it benefit me 10 moves from now? So
I finally see our 5th member is in. I'm just going to wait for them to start the match, and we'll jump right into it. So
awesome.
We just got to, I guess, one more look at this. Oh, okay. Not much going on there. Looks like our match is getting ready to rock and roll. Our cameraman is already practicing his panoramas. Bananamas, panoramas.
Well,
we
let's
just
look
start playing
at
Bananaramas. All right, let's go take a
let's
look.
fly around the map and see. And shout out to the Sky Joker. He's on. He's in the league and helping us out. So this is a look at the map. Now, just like in the strat video I showed,
Oh,
a
dude,
lot
there's
of these
playground.
houses you can't enter into them, and you see the houses that are on fire, they will never be put out. So these houses, the good thing about the houses not being enterable is that you can't, you don't have to worry about clearing all of those, all of those houses.
Is the Twitch title still test title as well?
Oh no.
That's what somebody said in the chat. I don't think they're
Okay,
talking about the
yeah,
YouTube one, because the YouTube one isn't.
Oh, yep.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. Logos for charity. Thank you.
We need to make up a name, like a pretend person who's supposed to be doing these jobs, so we can just blame them when it happens.
Well, I do, and I will name them when I feel like
Carol,
they
freaking
can
Carol.
take the embarrassment.
We trust Carol to do these things, but you know,
I know.
Carol's a flake. Carol's a flake. You know, it's always excuses with Carol, but we love her, so we don't. I mean, we don't have to pay her, so there's no way we can actually fire her. So let's just all. Let's all be upset
don't
with
beat
Carol.
up on Carol. All right. So project. Okay, it looks like they're gonna get in. And when you first start, if you've never played Onward, and when people go in and play, and they're like, I have no idea what to do. I always say just kind of like follow closely with somebody and watch their back. You know, watch their six, turn and do different angles, and just try to be as descriptive as possible if you don't know call outs. For this one, there's just things that are simple, like the red car, the North Street, South Street, the middle house, and the there's the red car. He's showing us the middle house and spawn house. Those are two houses that you can go into. So those are the ones where a lot of people set up camp there to take the high ground to see people approaching. And I had mentioned some utility. And in the game you get smoke grenades, there's flashbangs and grenades. You can use that to take cover. A lot of people like to send the uplink, capture the OBJ under smoke. So that gives them the coverage they need, and it's very, very sneaky. So smoke often causes panic for the other team, for the defending team, because they see smokes out and they think, okay, someone's in there. So sometimes they might just shoot the objective just in case.
Oh yeah, because that's what you want to do when you want to cover the objective, right? Is you'll throw some smokes out, but everyone knows that people are going to start shooting at it. So maybe you'll use it as a distraction, get them to reveal their locations, try to circle around. You already kind of know where they're going to be. I think the best stuff is like the counterintelligence type stuff, where somebody will go and make some noise somewhere and will say they're doing something, hoping they can trick the other team. I think I saw one not all that long ago where one team tosses a grenade, I think it was in Bazaar, and misses a guy, but the other guy says, you got me. And the player that tossed a grenade was like, yeah, nice try.
So there's questions about the loadouts, and you do have limited ammo, and there aren't any crates in the game. So what a skilled player would do is if there is a downed teammate, whether Volk or your teammate, you would pick up their weapon, check their utility, take their smokes, take anything that that's on them that you can use. So you definitely don't want to walk by that, because it also makes it available for the enemy too. So some people even empty the clips and throw the weapon somewhere else just to deplete them completely. So that I've definitely seen that if you're the last one up, or it's just you and another teammate, you kind of rummage around to see what else people have and throw out smokes. So a good strategy is sometimes people will throw smokes just to get the attention to somewhere else.
I think the real reason I'm not a person who plays this game a lot is because it requires me to not talk so much. And I would just get killed just from that alone. I mean, granted, also I have what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know if famous or storied history, but from the dawn of me playing first-person shooters where aim mattered, I have had notoriously bad aim. And I've been able to play it at competitive level by basically finding ways around it, like heavy on the strategy side. And I mean, I played Unreal Tournament 2004 competitively, and I was really good, even though I had absolutely garbage aim. Everyone else on my team had good aim, but I was very good at coming up with new strategies on the fly depending on the team we were playing and what was going on. It didn't end up having to be something we practiced, and we didn't stick to something rigid. Oh, there we go.
We're in.
Looks like we got some chatting. 2, 1, and it died.
Ooh, a little cut out there on the stream. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
it cut out for a second. No, it'll get going. It looks like the match just got started. I don't know what that was about. Yeah, it happens.
Computers. You're the smart one.
All
right.
it's technical difficulties. VR. That is the life.
So here we go. The bearded bard. He's come in to play with me a few times. Again, he's the editor of VR Trend magazine, so he's not editing right now. To come and I want to say have fun.
Looks like Crash is stacked up in the dead center of the map, like they're all stacked up on top of each other. You don't want to clump if you can help it. Oh,
Yeah,
Lebowski already puts down Buck.
So Lembowski has a handicap, so they should really take away any. They should let him play with pistols only.
Doc Ock techs out GamerDude. Looks like we hear little explosions coming in. Lebowski's pushing in hard. He's like, wait, I'm playing against noobs. I'm not going to try that hard. Tries to light up both Cutie Pop going by Randall right now.
Yeah.
Looks like, I was like, did it say Lebowski killed him twice? And I was like, oh, that's right. You can down them and then you kill them. Dr. Oz is sneaking up.
There you go.
Lebowski realized, wait, I've killed 3 people or 4 people. I should probably stop. Somebody had to like rein him in. They're like, dude, you're supposed to play left-handed. Reality check looking for a target. He might find one soon if these guys can listen to each other. Hopefully they're not listening to anybody on the stream right now. I hate to be giving away people's positions. We are not playing on a delay because it's not a professional match. Oh, they're just looking right at each other. Dr. Oculus
like,
actually
wait, are you
saved
on
the
my
day.
team? Are you not on my team? There you go.
They had to think about it for a minute. He doesn't realize like his whole team is dead. And he's about to get flanked by Bearded Bard. He's just looking for him everywhere.
No, Bearded Bard's on his side.
No, he's not.
No?
No, Dr. Oculus is blue.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Blue and
He's
orange.
flanking, like I said.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
so Team Flash.
I thought he was doing a spiral searching pattern. He's like, I will find out where this guy is. I don't think anybody even looked at the uplink at this point.
Yeah, like I said, some teams can go and flank around. So Volk will often do that depending on your team. Sometimes you can be really aggressive, like an aggressive player, and just try and flank around or meet Marsoc and cut them off early.
Here's a weird thing. Lebowski pushed in to kill a bunch of people. He didn't go for the uplink, right? Which he probably could have done because no one was covering
No.
it.
He was on defense.
Oh, we switched teams.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're switched. Okay. So
yeah, so you switched teams.
So yeah, I was trying to figure out who was going for what. I didn't see anybody like pushing the uplink at all. They were just really kind of just looking for each other.
Yeah.
I figured if you have a bunch of people, if you have a whole bunch of people who you're pretty sure don't know how to play, I would rush for that uplink.
Oh yeah, totally.
Do some pincer moves, move down the road, you know. Well, we'll see what happens when they get ready for this next one. What's the wait time between them? Are they going to hang out in the tent for a little bit before they ready up?
You do get, it depends. It's supposed to be about 2 minutes when we start. And that's when they're going to choose their loadout. So each team will get a chance to attack the same objective. So you'll play one side and then you swap sides. It's best of 7. A lot of teams will sometimes want to go Volk first because they just have to defend and then win the game. But that's for 1 point each. With Marsoc, you can get a cap, so send the uplink for 2 points, so that can end the game quite fast. I have a memory of this, a team that possibly capped on us twice in one map. It's okay, we came back though, but that can happen. They can go in and capture the objective, defend around, capture the objective again, win 5 points, and put everyone to shame.
Yeah, I mean, that's the game whenever especially if you're going 4 or 5 points for the win. You can sit there and get a whole bunch of like deathmatch rounds where you're trying to kill everybody on the other team, or you could go for those 2 points. It is a lot harder, and generally at the professional level, they are protecting the hell out of that uplink.
Yeah,
notice you just had an update for the donations there. It looked like we broke 600. So we're about almost halfway there.
Yeah, and Lambowski is a player, but I definitely told him you got to put on a handicap. Don't worry though, if he goes all Rambo, he will pay for that later on the battlefield.
Rambo Lambo.
Yeah. No, that's nice. Some people had technical difficulties. We unfortunately, Soul Fox is hope he's safe. He got caught in the hurricane. So
well, in the evacuation part of it. It's not made landfall yet, but it's shot up to 150 miles an hour. I think today was the last I heard. I know it's expected to hit at a Cat 4, which is bigger than one has hit since like the 1800s. So we got people moving. I actually was driving into New Orleans when Katrina hit, and I had not been watching the news because I had sworn off commercial television, so I had no idea why all these cars are going this way, and we were the only people going this way. It's interesting. We were getting
your zombie training taught you anything?
We were getting on a cruise ship, so I didn't really put much thought into it. But the thing is the woman I was married to at the time, she wanted to get there way early, and I was like, "That's way too early." She's like, "Let's get there early." And the cruise ship was actually going to leave early because they were going to be the last ship to leave the harbor before they shut it down. And so she's like, "See, we," and I was like, "Okay, you're right, all right." And then like we spent all that time in the Gulf while like basically going on the outside of this gigantic hurricane, and is actually like making the boat rock a bit, which I think is hilarious. And that was the moment that I discovered the woman that I just married had motion sickness, real bad. Good times.
Yeah, that is a concern when you're watching and playing Onward, the motion sickness. So.
Oh, that's VR and simulator sickness is like it's honestly it's a different thing. It's related, but it's a different thing. And we found that people there's a lot of things you can do in the game in order to prevent it. But we've also found that people, when they play enough, they can get so into a game and so tunnel vision in it that they'll actually develop a resistance to it. And then like big game developers who have a QA department, that one of the things they do is try to help them assess the comfort level and the ability to cause VR sickness of their games, that those people all become immune. So they have to put out want ads for QA people that have motion sickness.
If you heard us when we entered the round, Lambowski was reciting the 7 digits. That's how he's remembering it. Now, I mentioned lane 3. This is lane 3 that they're on right now. It is very open, so you want to be careful because I think there's someone on the 2nd story of the spawn house at the end, and they are, that's from the garage.
Ooh,
but
there's
there's
that corner.
Yeah, there you go. You got some people upstairs just checking out. Oh, and we do get a hit.
Oh, he's so exposed though. It's a big cover game, man. So you don't want to expose too much of yourself.
Yeah, that is definitely discipline. Is not peeking when you are bulk.
Right by the house.
Dude,
look at they're all up there. Okay.
yeah. That's like, because you already saw that Bearded Bard, I think, was up there, right? Or Bearded Bard was taking shots at it. All right, GamerDude's down. Skiva's down. Cutie Pop's down.
Wow.
Yep, they got it. It looks like Rowdy Chat got a beat on that window and decided to light him up from way downtown.
Yeah, so where Reality Check here? Oh, I thought it was a team kill. It was just a revive. Okay, so VR Gamer is back up, so it's still at
and back down.
Oof, look at them. Okay, so here's the thing though. If you want to pull up the map, the mini map here, you have the players are all in the house. So Lambowski here is gonna cap. Okay, so he's gonna cap because all 3 of them are in the house.
Game over.
And I just said, you gotta watch both sides.
Yep. It's like it's not enough just to focus on killing people, right? You want to actually make sure you protect your uplink. And speaking of protecting the uplink, you were mentioning this earlier about reaching in your backpack, pulling out your tablet, right? But a lot of times that's what you do is you're checking something on your tablet because you want to see, like, the intel that you have, right? And they made it so that you could actually get like intel from someone else, like how you put them down or something. They left that in the game, right?
Like when they're down to give call out still?
You get getting their tablet. I could have sworn I remember seeing something about that there was a state in which you could actually take someone's tablet and see where their teammates were.
Oh, okay, yeah. There is a really cool trick you can do if you are on Marsoc, and instead of a pistol, you take a,
like a
taser gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can tase the opponent.
Lebowski should be
and-
running only taser at this point, I think. I
Yeah.
think that's the fair
Well,
move.
you can down a Volk, and then they're not dead. They're just downed, and then you take their tablet and you essentially hack it. And then when you hack it, you're able to see their teammates and then just make the call outs. Now, that doesn't happen very often.
No, not a professional level, no. But
Yeah,
at this,
not a professional level,
in
but
this match,
it does
it could.
happen.
It could. So Lamb should be running around with that taser. Plus, the taser's hilarious. There's also that. But yeah. So the thing is like when you lose a teammate, like you don't know for sure. You pull out your tablet in order to confirm your teammate's position and whether or not they're down. But the problem is that by pulling your tablet out, there's always the chance that when you go to put it back up, you miss. And you drop your tablet, and then you're like 40 feet away from it and try to pull your tablet out to work on the uplink. You're like,
Yes, we did tell Lembowski to not go so ham on them. He's excited because for once he's the better player.
brutal. I don't have a button for that. So that would have been a good button moment.
Oh. Yeah,
You're
I
like,
see
oh,
Mama Bird's in
hold
the
up, I
chat.
got
She's
it.
gonna get you.
I think that was appropriate.
So when we had the rookie boot camp with the trade-in, there was a league player on every team with the rookies, but they could only go pistols only, something like that, or you just kind of have a handicap. And a league player with a pistol is still pretty deadly.
Very dangerous.
because
That's
they
why
know the map.
having them have tasers would be better. It's like they got to keep the kids in line. Just carry a taser with them.
There you go. Mama Bird says, give him a knife, nothing more. The knife.
Or a knife and a riot shield. You could run both of those.
Yeah.
Knife and a riot shield would be a hilarious loadout.
The knife and a shield. No, that is a pink loadout.
Oh,
that
it
is a very deadly loadout. Everyone gets a knife on their person. You don't have to spend any points for it.
Mhm.
So a knife is the deadliest weapon, and it's an instant kill. You can touch their toe
Yeah.
and you down them.
Yeah, but unlike Pavlov, you can't really throw them. Pavlov, you can throw it like it's a boomerang.
Yeah.
Or a ninja star. It's pretty great.
Okay, so we've got Skiva's going to be checking his tablet. You see the tablet there will give you, it will let you know where your teammates are, and it also has the code.
Oh, this lane is.
But look at
Lane is not a
reality
good
check's
place to
going
poke.
for it. Reality check is just gonna.
Skiva's ready. Skiva's ready for somebody to poke their head around. He's
Oh,
looking.
see, so
No one's taking the bait.
yeah, reality is he's in a good
We should
position
mention.
to be doing a passive flank.
We should mention that those lasers you're seeing are they're showing the spectator the sight lines. They do not see that in game. Those of you who are not Onward players.
Yeah, they don't see the lasers. They don't.
That's for our
see
benefit
anything.
only.
Yeah, the name tags is for our benefit as well.
Yeah.
So Dr. Oculus does a revive on Buck, and Cammy is gonna go to the
Cammy
bus.
doing
I
the
told
crawl.
her, just remember there's 4 kids on the bus. That's how you remember that's lane 4. I don't know. Trayden taught me that. I don't know why there actually aren't any, but we got a team kill. VRGamerDude,
It
can
happens.
we get some audio from them? Is there...
You prophetically called that one out. No, it was going to happen. All right, we got VRGamerDude set up in the building. It looks like Dr. Oculus puts down the bearded bard, and Kami is just crawling her way to the uplink. No one has noticed.
Oh my God!
We don't see any
She's got a
sightlines on
gap.
Kami. So Kami's going to get it. Lebowski's actually looking at it, but Kami's in cover using the shield.
Oh, no!
Did
What
not
did
see that coming.
No, what did
Normally,
they throw?
It was.
Was that a C4?
No, you know what? It probably was, because it had to have already been there, because I didn't see anything flying through the
Well,
air.
C4s are not supposed to be. They usually can't go off if they're too close to the uplink.
Oh.
So we're gonna get Cammy up. So where Dr. Oculus is, he could actually cap from there, I believe. So that's the thing, is you have to do like these practices
Pop's working on it.
with your team. Oh, yep, there he goes. Let's see. Might take him a minute or two. We only got 2.5 minutes left.
Looks like Lebowski's down, so that's not really a threat anymore. They put Lebowski down while we weren't paying attention.
Yeah, this is great. You want to do a cap back, okay? That is the best.
Okay, the problem is that Cutie Pop has really bad short-term memory, so he's having a whole lot of trouble with this.
Cap for a cap. That's what I'm talking about. That's what you want to do. I love that. That's what I love. That the more you play, the more you can do that. If somebody like caps on your team, you're like, okay, there's plays go out the window. We're doing the play that gets us a cap, and you got a cap back. So that's a great answer back on that one. So poor Cammy.
Like
and now that would have been a good example of when you want to put in some smokes. Some people don't do smokes.
Sky Joker said it was an RPG. We did not even see the rocket trail or anything.
An RPG. Okay, yeah, that was like
I didn't see the rocket trail at all. Did you?
No, the C4. If it's too close to the uplink,
not that. I'm talking about for RPG. I didn't see a rocket trail or anything like that. It was just there was all of a sudden an explosion.
Okay, I think that was Lambowski who did that. So he's using an RPG. Okay, this guy.
See, this is why we've got to sit down and talk to Dante and like say you got to add a frying pan to the game, right? So that way, if someone fires an RPG or like a grenade at you, you can just swat it back with the frying pan. Like just add it to the game. It's fine. It's milsim. That they do that in the military. I've seen it on a documentary for World War II.
Just grab anything around and
totally
just use that.
They have fully automatic frying pans now, so it's good. Kevlar coated. It's good. It's good stuff. It totally.
Yeah. There are things that if you forget it in your loadout, it really sucks. Like if you don't get a foregrip on your weapon, it's really hard, to control your weapon. One time I didn't have night vision goggles on a night map, so I couldn't see anything. And then I just got the new index controllers, which is like you touch anything, it goes flying. So all of my loadout just like all over the place. I was just like, okay, there's all I have is my tablet, and so I just went in and capped because I was like, that's all I have. I don't have anything else. And it looked.
You know why it did that with the Knuckles controllers? Why when you would grab stuff that it would fly all over the place? Because guess who was in charge of writing that code? Carol.
Carol, I know. I knew it. Yeah. That is so
Never ceases to let us down.
Such a Carol. Yeah. That's just, oh man. Sorry, Carol, to put you on blast, but anyway.
Carol tries her best.
Yeah, but with the controllers, if you play it at a LAN event, everyone will be on the same system. But in this game, when you're playing at home, you could be on anything.
I've got nothing but a stun gun. I had to get something.
Okay, so so he only has a stun gun, and I think what he has is a. Does he have a drone? Are drones still a thing? There are drones.
Drones are still a thing. Just you never see anybody use them.
Well, that's funny because you think like no one's really gonna use a drone, but then there's some people who are really skilled drone users and gets amazing intel.
Oh yeah.
I mean, anybody can practice any of these things.
I would love to see somebody whip out a drone here because with the exception of Lebowski, that drone be flying across. All right, Reality Check already put down Dr. Oculus. And Buck has responded by putting down Reality Check and VRGamerDude. Man, Buck just unloaded. This is why you don't clump. Don't clump.
Don't go up there. Well, you can clump if you know what you're doing. Oh, gosh.
He's going to get a shot in the back and doesn't even know it. Skiva's just waiting for him to poke his head out. Oh, here it comes. Oh, wait, no, they're on the same team. Man, these colors are so close. That's orange and orange.
I thought Reality Check was going to get the res, but I guess not.
Nope. Reality Check's down.
Yeah. Oh, Buck didn't finish him. So he can still talk.
Oh,
Robin! What a kill! Good job. She just downloaded this
Lebowski
game,
Is Lebowski running a riot shield and a taser?
Yeah, we told him he had to. It's not fair. It's like playing baseball with babies. Okay, so Skiva over there is on the tank, looking down this, and he could just fire if he wanted to.
And it's a 3v3 match right now, so they're still kind of even. They got 3 minutes and 30 seconds to do it. Lebowski's kind of leading Robin down this way, down this path. They are clumped up, unfortunately, though.
There we go.
Oh,
we got a
nice
revive.
res. But somebody dropped their tablet.
Even though he was down, he could still give callouts. So if you're dead, you don't want to give callouts in front of like your enemy because then they'll finish you off, which they should. You want to double tap.
Wait, go back to that map.
Yeah, the map.
I was looking for the other 3 players. I can see where 2 of them are right now.
Oh, Bearded gets Cammy.
Okay, so now they're definitely down to 2 people. Skiva's on this tank.
I heard Robin giggle.
Yeah, that's the good part.
That's her signature. So the shield is really good
So
here.
Lamb called out Skiva. He let Robin know that he's right there. Oh, Skiva finished off Robin. Lebowski, yeah, he's like, are you dead? Yep, she's dead. She's dead, Lambie. All right, so Skiva is surrounded here, but it is a 2v3 match. Skiva is in a tight spot, though. If I was Skiva, I would actually just move position, because that way Lebowski is focused on where I was and not where I'm going to be. Staying right there just seems like just such a dangerous move, especially since his teammate could have. Oh, he tossed a grenade though. Not a bad idea. Actually ended up working out for him. Lebowski did not see that coming at all.
Somebody clipped that for him. That was such a good move.
Dude.
So he couldn't get, couldn't get him, so then he just throws it and gets him from behind. Now he is still up though. He's not down completely, so he can tell Bard and the reality check that there's a Volk here. Go Cap. That's what will happen.
There's one
sometime.
left, 2v1. All they got to do is find out where this last player is
by
hiding.
the burning house where Skiva is.
You know that grenade move, and you were talking about like clipping that. Wait, Skiva's still alive? Oh, that's right. No, Skiva didn't die. I got confused. Yeah. Down he goes.
Lebowski was down, I believe.
You know what? But when you brought up that grenade and how good a move that was and wanting to clip it, I just had like a flash remembering, I think it was OC5. And, God, I can't remember the name. What was the name of the team that the Sickness played on and the Triplator played on them? What team?
SMC Tactical.
SMC Tactical, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
They were playing. They weren't really expected to make it far because they had such a high hill to climb. But I think there was like 2 or 3 of them in a room on SMC, and someone tosses a grenade to get all of them, and the Sickness just dives along the ground, grabs a grenade, throws it back out the window.
Yeah, so actually in the Suburbia map or in Cargo, any of the smaller maps, it's against the league rules to throw the nade like within the first 10-15 seconds outside of spawn, because there are some players who can
just
chuck
launch
it
it
all
over,
the way.
Yeah,
launch it all the way into the spawn.
That's one thing we'd
no
see
matter what.
too. I've seen those where someone just chucked it beforehand because they would just get you at the spawn, knowing you're going to be there. I thought this one is just where they were like, it's just part of the actual play. Like they were playing and they were making a play for it. They just kind of ended up clumping into a room. Someone tossed a grenade in there, just reached and just tossed it back out the door. And it was like the only time I'd seen that in professional play, and it was so cool.
I know that's, and hopefully this will kind of excite you guys to watch some league games. So shout out to Mama Birds. There's a new league in town, IVRL. So they will be starting with Onward, and that's really exciting when you see leagues grow and esports grow. So yep, good luck to them. They are launching tomorrow, and thank you. Looks like we went up a bit here on our donations, so fantastic. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it looks like we're changing maps now. We're gonna go to.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of this map. Yeah, I think it's the one where it's a bunch of cargo inside of a building. I forget the name. It's cargo. Okay. It's been a while. It's been a long time. So I was like, what's the name of that one with the boat? Is it Tanker? Only one I remember is
really
Subway,
like
because so many players hate Subway. So I just got really good at remembering it.
They did, but then I think people ended up loving it. I love Subway.
I've had people tell me that now the general consensus is that they do like it, but it is kind of like a coin flip.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get maps that you just really don't like from different players. Oddly enough, when we did stats, my best map and worst map were the same map, but one was night and one was day. So that just shows you stats really don't matter there either. And teams don't really keep stats in this game. So if you do, that is weird. Everyone's kind of like all even and can have.
There might be one guy. There's always a guy who really likes keeping stats.
Yes, and his name is James. I don't know, James Boak. I don't know if he's here, but yeah, we do. But it's a good way for your team to kind of see what you need to work on. See, I am not a gamer, so I do not have good shots. So, and I also like that this game is 6-minute rounds. Cammy, who plays Pavlov, I think those are like 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes, something like that. And she's like, I can't play Onward. It's too slow.
It is a slow-paced game, yes. This is why we've been pimping Hyperdash. That's a fast game.
Yeah, it is fast, but that's what I'm saying. It's so great about Onward is that it's not just a run and gun. You have to be strategic. You have to talk with your team.
It's more heady. Well, in all fairness, fast-paced games are strategic too. It's just, are you a bullet chess guy or are you a slow chess guy? You know what I mean? Bullet chess is fun. Having to make snap decisions can be really fun. You're not going to play at your best strategy, but that's the fun of that kind of strategic play, is how adaptive and how quickly can your brain just say, all right, this is the best decision I could come up with right now. And I love playing games like that, just because that's one of the things that I'm good at more than a regular person. I'm good at coming up with strategy very fast. It's one of the reasons why I like to play in new game betas, because I could be better than everyone in that game in the beta, because no one's had time to really think about it. No one's had time to think about it. Yeah, exactly. It's like no one's had time to think about it and actually figure out the good strategy. And instead, I'm just here adapting to the meta as it changes. I just counter, and I'm able to stay ahead of them. But once they got to where they have 24-hour or 24/7 access to that game and are playing, weeks and months on end, I can't keep up with that.
Yeah. So I want to play a strategy game against someone who is equally good at strategy, and we'll see. We'll just see who wins.
Well, it's all about chess streaming right now, so you could do that.
Yeah, I'm terrible at chess.
It's a strategy game. You just get good at it.
Yeah, no, I get really good at it when I text my friends who know how to play, and they help me. Okay, more giggling from Robin. Love it.
Yeah.
So this is Cargo. It is the smallest map, and so you often see really fast play on this because it's such a small map.
Bytes and bullets. There's a link in the description. Check out that. Click on that link in the description, and you will see how you can donate. I believe there's like an image, since we're on Twitch right now. Oh, dang, Lebowski already down and dead, and it looks like Robin's got down, but somebody might be able to have an opportunity to save them. Now, see, here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize about this game. You see Buck actually going for the down and the kill. Sometimes it's not a great idea to just immediately kill a person after you've downed them, because if you wait, someone might come to res them.
True, you can keep them as bait, but the person who does that, you really want to, plan that out, because they are going to be able to give call-outs.
Yeah.
But so you kind of have to hide yourself. But again, that's exactly right. You have different tactics and strategies, and that is totally one. Oh, we've got a trade.
Yes, indeed.
Reality and Randall went down.
Crash with the win.
Crash to cash now. Yeah. So yeah, there was a trade, and trades do happen in the game. The thing about trades though is that during a trade, you can't give any call-outs to your teammates. So you want to be able to tell your teammates, oh, there's still 5 of us up, or one down. So that means 1 enemy down, and then 2 down, etc., etc. But if there's a trade, no one gets a call-out. You're not sure exactly how many there are. But like I said, it is there are parameters in the map, and so you can't just run everywhere and change the interior or anything like that. It's set in the way it is, so people get really good at knowing where to hide, or knowing where people are going to hide, so you clear those corners. So a lot of different skills that come into play with it.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, that's a little bit tighter play over here in Cargos as well, so you're gonna have to figure out what you're gonna do, and quickly and quietly. The other team's gonna come and get you if they hear you doing anything.
Yeah, you can shuffle around them, and that's something that you learn too, is hearing footsteps. Like I said,
that's just about any competitive FPS. You got to get real good at those audio cues.
Yeah, so you can do things like you stay in one position, and your teammates, during practice, you can go and step around, and then you can figure out how far they can go until you start to hear them. And that's why I say it's some people who are in passive flank positions where they wait for you to pass them. They can just give, clicks on the radio to let you know that, okay, there's someone near me.
I can just get behind you.
Yeah, get behind him, Robin. That's a good strat.
I think a shield. Yeah, I bet a shield. 155, 40, 33. You got this one.
I would never remember that. That is way too many numbers. 155, 40, 33 is what he said. That is just, that's... I mean, why is at the end of it he says 43? Everything else is all numbers. Anyway. So Q-Pop's already down and dead. Put down by Reality Check, who's just holding on to this lane with a heavy machine gun. Lebowski going around with his classic shield. Oh no! Robin taking out her own teammate. He's only down though. She
he did
Buck's
that to
coming around the corner.
her, so it's okay.
Buck's coming around the corner. Buck's got Robin covered, and Robin goes for the res. Oh no!
Oh,
Lebowski's on a shield. Robin needs to come out and protect. That would have been a great opportunity for Robin to do something while he was distracted. Buck's looking at Lebowski. Robin, get him! Robin,
yeah,
help!
she could just turn the corner. You can do it, Robin!
Lebowski wants to take that tase. Lebowski going for that tase, and Buck's running away, rightly so.
Yeah, the thing with the shield
Oh,
and knife.
Robin's down by Kami.
Oh, deadly. That you could just run it because
Oh
the shield's
no!
protecting
Is he
you.
gonna
and
get
just
surrounded by
knife.
Buck? Buck to come in the back door.
Oh no!
Lebowski's
him,
covered
though.
in 2 different directions. She gets them both. Lebowski. No, I said Lebowski got Buck. Okay. So
No, he's
Lebowski.
only down. But,
I thought
yeah.
it was Kami who got both of them with like a single shot. It was
Yeah,
like,
that would have
oops.
been pretty amazing.
Kami lighting people up. Reality check finishes off Buck. Not as important. Could have waited to lure Kami out. Right now is a 3v2 match, and Kami knows exactly what Reality Check is. Reality Check doesn't know Kami's there. He thinks that all that gunfire was just the guy laying on the ground. So he has no idea that Kami's sneaking around to come get a piece of him. And he's going to peek his head out the wrong time right here. Oh, nope, she's already given it away. So now Reality's going to try to run for it, but he's not going to be able to get clear. No, he did get clear. I thought for sure she was going to light him up, but she's got to know he's got to be going to the other side. So Kami's going to have to make a decision here as Skiva and the Bearded Bar try to duke it out between this wall.
Yeah.
And the trade's coming
Ooh,
in.
get two! Oh, another trade!
Yep, you could see it coming a mile away. Here comes another one. Oh no! Reality Check catches her with their pants down, and that is down to 1-1.
1v1. There you go. Now he should go around and get some utility from them. Yeah, like the shield is always good to pick up if you can. Oh, look, did he switch guns?
He did switch guns, and he's looking for Dr. Oculus.
Yeah, he took like a Vulcan.
Yeah, he's looking for Dr. Oculus. Dr. Oculus is protecting that one lane. I believe Dr. Oculus is running a heavy machine gun of some sort. No, he's just running a regular one. But still, he's just watching one lane, doesn't know where anybody is, just knows where he thinks they're going to come from. I wonder if he's had a chance to check his tablet and realize there's no one left on his team. Oh, Reality Check coming in like a shark.
No.
But is he going to look and see him? Oh, no, it's a trade.
Oh my god! That was
Could
so
not
close.
find his target fast enough. That was a slow target acquisition.
Oh man! If he had just pointed it just right, oh boy,
If
that was
butts were
a good
coconuts,
one.
right?
No, that was I was like, oh my god, it's gonna get it.
I thought he was there. I thought he knew where he was. I had a
Yeah.
good idea. I mean, granted, if he was a competitive Onward player, you would have said, "Oh, I know exactly the position that guy's in," without hearing a sound. You're like, "That's the only place he could be."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you kind of. It's a lot of deduction work when you're there, especially in cargo, because cargo is one of those ones where if you're the last one up, if you can go and collect some utility, really throw people off. You can throw smokes on one side and then run to the other. You can try and do a flank around depending on where the objective is. So cargo is a really fun, exciting map because you can also cap in like 20 seconds if you plan for it. I know there's some players who that's exactly what they do. They go immediately and run for that cap. You can also decide to do crazy plays like be aggressive on Volk, because Volk usually they usually camp because they're trying to protect the objective. But sometimes as Volk, you can choose with your team to just be aggressive and we're just going to charge them, which we did once to SMC during like an ESL league game. We're like, let's just go at them. They're like the top team. We're noobs. So then we did, and it worked. But then they came back and capped at us. They're like, no, we're not having any of this. So eventually, but yeah, you could try different tactics and see like what might work. Sometimes they do. We've seen, oh man, so many good stuff like using the C4. If your teammate just runs out and shoots everyone, and then the C4 is on his person, so when he's down, the teammate, blows the C4, and it's like, just like plays like that when you see people think of it and do it, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, any kind of really fun play that's, especially one that's out of character, can be a lot of fun to catch, especially in those clips. We used to review clips back in the day. We get ourselves a lot of fun stuff. Exciting things. One of my favorite ones, I believe, was Pink Stingray saying, "Oh no, I dropped my gun." And she didn't drop her gun, and the person went to rush her and got killed for it.
They bait people. Oh, already we've got, and thank you to Buck for stepping in today, by the way.
Got some shots trading back and forth from members of the same team, maybe. Dr. Oculus actually starting to loop around this position we're looking at right now. Kami puts down VRGamerDude. Looks like Kami now's got another line of sight. Oh, puts him down puts around Robin before Robin's able to acquire that target. Bearded Bar puts down Oculus with that little sweeping maneuver we were watching, and Reality Check is down. It is now a 2v3 game. We got one person that could be resurrected over on Flash, but it is not. Oh no! Team kill! Skiva immediately recognizes his mistake. He's like,
Exactly, and
no.
That's
But
what we're
reality
talking
check is
about
right
with
there.
friendly
Does he have
fire.
any idea? Reality check is actually one of the downed players, I think, on the other team. So there's not too much he has to worry about. He's going to hold on to him for bait. We'll find out. Oh, nope. He decided to end it. Reality check is down. And now it is a 1v2 game. Crash only has, and they're called Cash now,
Mousy.
apparently, not Crash.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cash only got one player. I know it's a 1v1. Bearded Bard
Oh,
looking
no.
right there with Skiva. Bearded Bard versus Skiva.
Skiva downs. Only
But
downs
Bearded Bard-
Lebowski.
Bearded Bard knows where Skiva is. Skiva should not peek back out of this corner. He should change positions, rotate out of the way, and he's not.
Definitely want to do that. You want to rotate. If you make a shot, you want to rotate away and get away from there because
They know where you are. You
Yeah,
gotta remember, whenever you're playing any kind of game like this, just imagine you're the other person. So you shot a member of your team, they all know where you are. But Skiva actually lands the final shot.
It doesn't
That crash-
matter. Skiva gets it.
Yes, he does.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Look into his
Bard.
eyes.
Oh my God, Joker, you're nuts.
That's a good shot. I love it, dude.
Yeah, that was great. Oh man, killer move from Skiva. You should be a Killetto. That
Saving
was
the day.
awesome. Yeah, because he didn't finish off Lebowski, so Lebowski could easily just say, "Oh, he's peeking around the Love Shack," and and then Bard would have known that. But
We were ready. We were ready for the mistake, but it worked out for him. And
Yeah.
and you love to see it, man. You do.
Well, I mean, that's your team, so no, I'm going for
That's my
Flash.
team. You know what's really
Yeah,
funny?
you're Crash.
I haven't actually been paying attention to who's winning and losing. We
Yeah,
filed,
that's
I mean,
true.
the only reason that people are on the teams that they are on is that it was just how I was dragging the logos into when I was making
Yeah.
the intro video.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is like a show match. It's for fun. It's for charity. So definitely just thankful for everyone to join in today.
Oh, hey,
Looks
we
like
raised more money.
Yeah, we raised more money. Thank you, guys. This is great. Fantastic. For the folks down at MD Anderson, they do a lot of good work. And actually, I should say that during my treatment, my doctor halfway through said, we're going to try another round of treatment because we saw a research that it might help. So I had to go into another round, but that was based on research. So I had an amazing oncology team. So that's the kind of stuff, that research does. It helps advance treatment.
That's
So
right.
thank you.
And there's a lot of research that has to be done. I mean, especially in oncology, a lot of it's genetic and how DNA miscopies over time, and that those patterns of miscopies could eventually develop into something that your immune system can't do something about, and that eventually that can miscopy to a point to where it becomes malignant, and then you've got a problem. And there's a lot of varieties to that because there's a lot of variety to DNA, and sometimes you get these ones that don't crop up very often, and that's where we need a lot of our research done. That's one of those times, right, Vivian, where being special is not so great.
Yeah, exactly. We are rare, but there. Let me pull that up there. I mean, it was really just. I can't tell you how incredibly painful all of it was. So, this is really, really important to me.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
we
they
all
go.
love you, Vivian,
They're
and
in
we
good
are
spirits.
glad you are still with us, and we are going to raise ourselves some money to get more research done on this condition so that we can keep you here a lot longer, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Anything that can be done.
Or you're gonna replace me with Carol. I knew it.
No, that would really be terrible. She would never show up. That's the thing. That's people think Carol doesn't exist because she never shows up.
Exactly.
Never. Oh,
Okay, let's see
we don't
what
even know
we've
her
got.
birthday. That's how rarely she shows up to things.
Or what she looks like.
No, no one knows what Carol looks like. You know, I'm actually starting to wonder if she does exist. I'm really thinking it's a phantom we made up.
Mm-hmm. Looks like the objective is the north objective. We call it the north or the north south because there's three.
The winter is coming.
Yeah.
All right, someone's already gone down. I didn't see the name flash.
kill!
Oh, come on, Buck. No. You killed Kami. That's
How
like one of your
many
top
team
shooters.
kills? This is what I'm telling you. This will happen so often. If you forget what team you're on,
Oh,
because you
no!
do switch. Oh,
Robin just took out Lebowski.
leave-
Everybody is on
leave him out.
edge. Oh, Buck's about to line up a shot. No, Buck is taken out for it.
Matter.
You know what? There's a move.
Oh, reality saved him.
There's a good move, actually. Team kill one of your teammates out in the open to draw in somebody towards your direction where they won't realize that there's someone else watching that position to knock him out. Yeah, that was totally the plan because he's back.
Oh, nice. And reality finishes that kill.
They're playing 4D chess right now.
Yeah. Oh, we got a nade going out from whoever's in the back there. Doesn't land on anyone, but that does give away a little bit of positioning.
I think Lebowski was like, you know what? We're 3 points behind. I'm getting rid of the shield.
No!
I'm going in.
Oh, Lebowski could have
No. Oculus is ready for him. Spirit Bard gets a piece of Skiva. It is a 2v3 match right now of nobody gets a resurrection off. Robin is just trying to watch this lane, keep an eye on it. A lot of people on it. No doubt. Bearded Bard goes down. It is now 2v2. I don't think anybody's making a play for the uplink right now. It looks like they're just looking for each other.
Behind the red container there. So here's reality check. See, he's picking up some
scavenging
stuff. Yeah.
And he just dropped his gun.
Some of these guys have been playing. Oh,
there we go.
Oh, hey.
Where was he even throwing that?
Was it a flash?
I'm not sure. It blew up in the middle of the air and then nothing happened.
So. Oh, see where Robin is, she could cap, but she doesn't know that.
She does not.
But you hear the uplink because it goes beep, beep.
Oh no! Only
Robin
one
goes
left.
Down.
Reality Check actually had a shot there too, but wasn't able to make a connect. And they are just, oh no, now it's 3v1. There is no way that Flash is going to pull out of this. I do believe with this.
He can do it. He can do it. No. Oh, Randall, you sneaky. You sneaky sneak. That is, yeah, that's why you have to clear your corners. And again, that's something you learn after playing for some time is you just clear the corners. In fact, some people will clear the corner like this. They'll run in with their gun down really fast and shoot, just, pre-fire, and which is
yeah. I saw one of those. It was a while back. I remember one of those pre-firing incidents, and it was between. It wasn't the beginners. Who's the other top team over in the European Union back then? Their name is like really wide.
I don't know.
With the like really cool bald guy that we had be a commentator. I can't think of his name right now either. Had a kid about the same time I did.
Oh, boss fight?
Boss fight, right? And it's between that guy and the Steven, between that guy and Steven. And he went to pre-fire, but his gun wasn't loaded. So Steven got him. So he made a mistake, and that's how Steven got him. But Steven normally would not be able to kill that guy. And so Steven did a big celebration on top of his dead body. And
sounds like Steven.
And he was not happy about it.
That doesn't sound like a party to me. So
it was pretty. It was from an entertainment perspective. It was freaking hilarious.
Well, that's the thing is that you get these really awesome moments, which is what I personally love about casting is you see the gutsy players who are like, yeah, I'm gonna go for it, and they do something incredible. And that's the beauty of esports is getting to catch those moments.
True. I mean, that's also a lot of fun about any kind of sports entertainment that is a sport that is kind of slow-paced and requires a bit of methodical movement, is that when you do have these breakout moments, they are much bigger and more showy, more expressive. You know what I mean? Like basketball is very fast-paced, so every time somebody dunks on somebody, like at first it was rare. It was like, cool. Now it's just like, oh, yeah, that thing, right? But like, baseball is so boring. There's not a lot going on. So someone gets a triple play or a grand slam. It's a big freaking moment of like the hours you've been sitting there watching these guys just do nothing, right? And Milsim's like that. So Battlefield, I remember whenever I played Battlefield, I had the same experience. It was a lot of slowness, a lot of nothing going on. But whenever something fantastic did happen, it had such a deep resonance with you as a person that you remembered that moment because it was so hard to earn it. And it was such a rare thing. And so that's why I say like that moment where the sickness reaches out and tosses a grenade back out of a door. Like I'll always remember that because it just sticks with you because you don't get moments like that often in Onward.
Yeah. Some of my favorite moments that are just like such pro plays, you gotta admire it, especially because this is, a newer title compared to some of the old school pancake games. So you still have like a smaller community and
Radar Head. That's
Radar Head.
That Joker was Radar Head. I was like, if you said his name, I'd know who it was, but I've been doing a lot of stuff since then, so my brain is fried.
Happy Sunday, everyone. They did Downfall. Okay.
Downfall's for pros only.
This is my first map that I. Yeah, if you want to go to, I think VRGamerDude has a reality check. They have silly videos.
Speaking of great plays, I remember seeing a great play on this one. I don't remember the building he was in, but the building was next to an uplink, and the guy was in the building, so he was mostly protected. And he was just running this route so he could kind of see past one of these tiny windows to see people who were like way down the hill, see if they were going to approach. And the person basically figured out he could time when he would go past that window, and then he tossed a grenade over so that it would explode in front of the window as the dude went past, and that's how he killed him. I think that was a guy on the beginners that timed that grenade.
That
and
sounds
like, dude,
a...
really? There's surgeons with those grenades at the top of the leagues.
No, that sounds like the
Not
beginners are not beginners.
No, Globochem. It was Globochem. Sorry.
Globochem.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Globochem.
Yeah, the thing with playing Onward, there's not that many of
They've got this
the
building
regular-
watched, man.
the regular
If I was Cutie Pop,
maps?
I'd get on the ground and crawl my way out of this building.
Yeah, you want to be careful looking out those windows. So there's not as many classic maps from Downpour, the developers. There are a lot of custom maps, but with regular maps, you just learn the corners. You learn the
This gamer dude trying to
timing.
double load it? That's not how this works.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Oh yeah, no.
He doesn't know the button to release his mag.
Oh yeah, on Volk it's a little bit different. You have to like hold down. Okay, radio for help.
This tablet.
Yeah.
It'd been better if he pulled out a grenade, dropped the pin on it, and pulled the pin on it and dropped it at his feet. Oh, gamer dude, you're killing us. All right, so we got Lebowski with a bolt action. Now, I saw that was a suggestion in the chat that he had to use a bolt action. That said, his team was so far behind, I feel like he could actually kind of step it up a little bit. I feel like it might be okay.
Lambowski?
Yeah. I really thought he was going to get a lot further with the riot shield loadout. Buck taking out GamerDude from distance. Nice shot coming in from Buck. Dr. Oculus puts down reality check. Already two people down on Flash. You got a dead man on Crash. It is a 3v3 match right now if no one gets those reses in. Leave those bodies out to bait, it looks like. Cutie Pop just right out in the open. And no one's watching his lane, so he's getting lucky there.
That's Randall, in
just
case you're confused.
Yeah.
He's just named Randall.
As we just have somebody swing across the field, about to get a shot on him right now if he keeps his head out. That is not a good place to be, Cutie Pop.
Oh no, the bearded bard. He's got his eyes on you.
Just go the other way. Just go around the building. You don't want to be there. Lebowski is just looking for anybody.
The thing about the players who are playing, even if they haven't played Onward, a lot of them are gamers, so they do have a certain amount of game sense from that transfer over. So
Depends on the kind of gamer you are. I mean, if you're,
wow,
if you're a fighting game
Cammy, she made a far shot.
Oh, Cammy's a good shot though.
Oh yeah.
People think that she has eyeliner on. It's actually eye black to keep the reflections off her eyes.
Oh, okay. Well, she goes down by Bard. Buck picks up Bard in retaliation. So another thing about Downfall is that it's a really big map. So, and it's really open as well. So you kind of have to hopefully know where you're going.
Man, everybody's down on Flash, but not dead. We have one player left on Flash. All they have to do is just run around with the needle, and they'll be all right. And Lebowski is the one that's alive. Nice. Lebowski's like, what have I got myself into?
Hold down the radio, then let it go.
Lambo is giving some tips on.
I think next round we just let Lebowski just do whatever he wants.
To actually find the radio on the ground in your body, hold it to talk to me.
Nice. He's trying to get call-outs from his team. Yeah, you have to find the radio on your dead body to use. Because you stand up over your dead body. It's interesting.
When you are when you're just downed, actually, when you can kind of see a little bit around you and still give call-outs and use the radio. You can't move or anything.
Oh, Lambowski put down Cutie Pop.
Whoa, that's a good
Damn,
shot.
we're down to 2v1 now. It's actually working out for Lambowski. All he has to do is make sure he doesn't get flanked. We got a guy in the long distance that might not be a threat right now.
He's about to pick up two players here.
Oh no.
They're all just
Buck is
down.
looking at him though. Oh, he's picking him up. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Oh no!
He's gotta run and hide, though.
One of them bled out.
Oh, look out, Lebowski, he's on you. Not a good place to be. That scope is looking right at you, and down you go.
Oh!
Wait, what? I thought that was about to say somebody won, but there's actually 6 seconds, so the attack.
Whoa!
All they have to do is wait.
Yep.
This defending team, all they have to do is wait.
Yeah,
Robin, wait it out.
Shoot. Hey, you're
What?
good. You're good.
Yeah. So they win by just by sounds. I'm sorry, by the timer.
The clock.
Yeah. So
They
you
ran
have
out the
6
clock.
minutes to get there, and that's the thing with Downfall is that it's a big map, so you have to advance and push forward.
You gotta remember there's a clock.
Yeah, you can look at your tablet. It also tells you how much time is left, and that's something that you'll also want to tell your teammates, like, you know, there's 4 minutes left.
We've seen
2
other
minutes
pro
left,
leagues
something like
turn that clock way down too. They were like, no, this has got to go faster. We don't have all day. Let's turn this clock down to 3 minutes.
that. Yeah,
see it.
well, they have changed it to. They've tried different timers, like 5 minutes or so. And no matter what, though, teams will run out of time. Even top teams.
Who was that
will.
team that would do that? I feel like it was beginners who would they would wait till the last possible moment to move just to mess with you.
So that was their there are some teams that do that. They take a lot they take like the entire time, where they spend like 5 minutes setting up, like assessing, like trying to pick anyone off, getting the high ground, and seeing where they can go, setting up everyone into their position, and then with a minute left, they just rush. So yeah, that is a totally valid strategy, and it works for some teams. A lot of people don't want to sit and wait.
Got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah. Hey, you get 6 minutes. It's in the game. So let's see. We'll pull that up.
Look at that, jumping up again.
Yeah.
Doing a good
thanks,
job,
guys.
people.
This is awesome.
Over halfway there. You know what's funny? I was doing math earlier to figure out how close we were to halfway, and then there's like a whole percentage bar literally right above the number.
You're doing math in your head. Well, I like to make you do math, so that's good too.
Oh, man. Yeah, I was watching a stream a long time ago, and the guy said, and they are math ahead right now. And I was like, I like it.
Ahead.
I like it. I'm
So
going to use
you're
that from now
math
on.
ahead. Yeah, that's a good one. I'll write that one down in the book.
Yeah. Just like whenever Stealth Shampoo says, I've got to go dehydrate. I'll be back in a little bit. Remember he first said that to me, and I had to think about it. I was like, that's brilliant.
All these brilliant people. Oh, well, thank you for those of you who have stopped in. Yeah, thank you everyone with your happy birthdays. It's very nice. And the
It's your
Twitch
fake
chat,
birthday.
the YouTube chat. Yeah, it's not my real birthday.
Your birthday
anymore.
was yesterday, right? No, day before yesterday.
It depends who you ask. If you ask my mom, it's the 25th. If you ask some other people, it's today.
Just take
So,
your time.
I don't know, maybe it's Christmas.
And they
Who
can
knows?
see a lot of it from where they're at. So just take your time. Yeah, we get
Thank
5
you.
minutes.
Thank you for the birthday
Yeah.
wishes,
Just
guys.
take your time.
Okay, there's Limbowski with his soothing southern accent. You know, you don't want to ask my mom. She doesn't get the right birthday. Putting up some facts for you. All right, this is going to be the same objective, right? By the helicopter. Oh wait, no, I switched. No wait, no, I did not. So you can see if you when we pull up the map, we can see where everyone has set up. Oh, and Buck goes down from the bearded bard. He's pretty good. He's throwing down. Oh, Oculus picks up Robin. I know she giggled her way down. No, she's only down though.
This is why whenever she gets shot, you can be like, this bullet's tickle. All right. So, yeah, Crash has got a dead player, but Flash only got one down. So they got time with 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Robin's like, come get me, please.
Help.
Dr. Oz finds Limbowski. That is going to be a heavy loss for Flash
Well, that's
as one of their
down.
better players.
They're both up, and he.
He is out of no man's land. Ain't nobody picking that
Yeah.
body up.
Well, I don't think he to give really good call outs to the building that Robin's in, but Robin could, but I'm not sure how much call outs she can do.
Took you a minute. All right. Well, we've got quite the crossfire set up here in the center of the map. It just doesn't look like anybody's going to make a play for the uplink. The uplink looks very well defended. You look at this mini map, you can clearly see that it is. Oh, Bearded Bard is poking his head way out in the middle of nowhere. Not the move I would make. Granted,
Yeah,
the move I would make is don't play Downfall. That's the move I would make.
Hey, I said, okay, so you see here on the mini map, all the defenders are right by the objective. So they are not moving from there. No one's going out to flank. We had one person out there all the way to the left side, and they're down.
Yep, they're all aiming the right way. So definitely, like, I mean, you'd have to send somebody way further back, kind of out of reach, and try to flank around to at least draw some fire, draw some attention, because the way that they're pointed right now, you're not going to go anywhere unless you just get a lucky shot off, which looks like that's what Bearded Bard's trying to pull off. He's looking if he could just catch somebody peeking. But they got to remember, they got 2 minutes on the clock. They can't just dilly-dally.
What some people will do, though, is they'll... for this map like this, you can send one team to one side, or one person even, to just like do fire suppression. Oh, we got a revive on Lebowski. Good pickup. I think they're going for Robin here before she bleeds out and is out.
Too, so we can still get this revive if I can.
Just crawl, dude.
Yeah,
just crawl.
You see moving. I'm gonna shoot straight ahead.
Yeah, but so they've got split and.
If only they had a riot shield. A riot shield would be great for rezzing right now. Oh, someone's about to get picked off. They don't realize they're both being looked at. He's missing all of his shots. I mean, granted, it's hard to make a shot with that gun at that distance, but still.
Oh, they get a revive
Robin's
now. They
back.
gotta move out. Oh, Skiva's gonna see him. He's gonna see him.
Bail.
Run!
It's like we're no longer commentating. We're actually just playing. We're from the Peanut Gallery. Run! Run, man, run! All right, Skiva's just doing suppressing fire right now. And suppressing fire does work in this game, and it'll mess up the vision of your character, so you do have to run away. And I do like that as a tactic, where because most people in normal circumstances are not going to just run into gunfire, right? So you got to add that mechanic to the game to give you something. Oh, they're gonna try to trade fire here. Skiva gonna back it up. Skiva out in the open. It looks like all of them are deciding to just rush. Robin, what are you doing? Where are you going, Robin? No. That's a very classic move. Which way am I pointing?
She's like, take me back to Space Slurpees.
They got 40 seconds left. Like if they don't get a move on, it is game over.
No, it's just me.
Yeah,
No,
there's somebody down here. Look, down the
Your only move right now is all 3 of you just go out there and just lay down fire on one guy.
Yeah, just run out there. So it's good on your team to have someone.
They're going for it, and Robin didn't hear.
Oh, they
Tommy's
got Cammy.
They got to keep going. You got to run for it.
Go.
You got 18 seconds. Lebowski's going to get close. You know, that's actually something we see a lot on Downfall, is that since people usually do these standoffs, that someone just rushing in, sometimes you just get lucky. Oh, Lebowski's not going to make this. There's no way. Lebowski finding that cover. And the time is up. Lebowski they gave it the old college try, though. He got that close.
I can do it here. I thought.
He's like, my gun won't shoot.
Chatting. I know, it's so close.
Can't forget about that clock. Clock is there, but he was able to get in the building. I don't know if he'd have been able to hold it because, the other team was there, but that's actually one of my favorite moves too, is when the team is defending the uplink appropriately, and there's like a dude like laying on the ground putting in the code, and they just don't see him. And he's like real close to the defenders.
Oh God, yes.
So funny every time.
There are some people just like, they are putting in the code at the defender's feet.
I think I saw the Cygnus do that once, where it was like in the middle of a giant firefight, and the Cygnus just literally just walks up to the uplink and enters the code like he's supposed to be there. He's like, just act like you're supposed to be here. And no one shot at him.
Yeah. I work here.
yeah. That's my favorite move of like doing anything anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there and people don't question you. Oh, so good.
So do you really work at the blood bank?
Yeah.
Supposed to be there, guys.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I'm supposed to be here. I mean, why else would I be dressed this way?
Yeah. Oh boy.
So we're getting ready for another round. It's 1-1. I wonder if the attacking team is going to realize that they need to move in a bit quicker. I mean, if all 5 of you go at once, and if you're coming from a whole bunch of different directions, since both teams appear to like to just clump up and face one direction, there's a chance that you could get over there. Looks like somebody's got to go for a Hail Mary at this point, though.
Yeah, the what I'm thinking though is probably the uplink is at least outside and exposed. I'm trying to think, there an uplink that's inside a building? No, but Downfall is hard. And that's why I'm surprised that they chose this map, because it's hard because
play Subway, guys. Play Subway.
You can cap inside of buildings, when the uplink's on the outside. So that's something you do with your team. You have to figure out where you can.
What's that snow map that no one plays?
Snow Peak. Oh, people play it now.
Well, I mean, I've never seen anybody play that. They should play Snow Peak. I've like never got to watch a
Snow
video clip
Peak
of someone playing it.
Snow Peak is bigger too. It's big.
It's too big. It's too big. All right, we gotta go. We gotta go 10v10 next time then.
Wouldn't that be something?
With zombies and unlimited revives. Basically, I'm trying
there
to make,
are other modes in this game.
Yeah, they did
so-
add a game where you could have like a certain number of like respawn tickets or something.
Yeah,
Did they add that
it's
mode?
called Assault.
Yeah.
But if for competitive play, Uplink is the most popular. There's another one that's the escort where you can take the VIP to one.
That started
to
out
another,
as people
but-
making it up. I remember way back, like I want to say 2017, probably even before that, escort started out as people just making up. You'd have a member from the other team just come over and throw away all of his weapons, and you had to escort a member of the other team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Because of the fun that can happen here, you can. Sometimes there's a bug where one person from one team spawns in the enemy spawn, and so you spawn in, and you're like, oh, you're like with the other team. So sometimes they'll take them hostage. That happens.
Drop your
Oh
weapons.
yeah, hostage.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. That was called hostage. But I mean, it's similar in concept. I just remember people were doing that very early on. They were just kind of inventing their own games to play in Onward, kind of like as a playground, which is really fun for my money. That's the stuff that I like to do back when I did game design from like 2003 to 06. Was I liked making a game where you could kind of just make your own games. And then Gary's mod came out and kind of just made what I was doing pointless.
We had there was like a fun week where you can just make up the rules of the game. So we did like each round we would pick a rule, and then next round the next team would pick a rule like snipers only or shields only or pistols only. So that kind of stuff there. Just kind of like to mix it up. Pistols only is hard. I can not really. I usually give my pistol to the person playing shield back when I played, because then they can have the shield. They can use their taser and then have my weapon at their hip. So then when the taser's one and done, you can grab the weapon. So see that, and that's the thing is you get 9 points. So some people might have extra points. Don't not spend it. Get a smoke or something to give to your teammate, or an extra needle for a revive, that kind of stuff. There's also things like a vest, like a bulletproof vest, but some people just don't bother with that. Okay, here we go. Crash versus a Flash. So some of these guys are like super into it, so you can tell they're gamers. They've got the experience. So let's see. We want them to make it to the uplink. That's our goal right now. We want them to get there. So we're gonna just change the rules a little bit. Just make it to the uplink.
I keep wanting to ping people like in Pop 1. Like,
Oh wow! So Skiva is playing with is he playing with an iron sight? I think if he's playing with an iron sight, because you can use a scope, especially on this map. Using like a 2x or 4x scope is really helpful, because you can, it's a long map. You just get up high.
I want to ping so bad. 315.
Oh, okay. So they're calling it. And they're just setting up, and I think just looking. I don't think they're going to be able to find anyone, because they might be just tucked in at the OBJ. Which OBJ is this? This is okay. It's right by the helicopter, so close to where it was before. And the bearded bard's poking out, so he sees them. He makes them. Robin's reality, and okay, so she's inside. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. This uplink here is one where you can go underneath of that in the basement of the building. This one is one of the harder ones, I think, to protect. There is an option as Volk to disable the uplink. So Vulcan put in the code, and they'll lose 1 point instead of 2. Sometimes if you're Vulcan, you're last one up, and you're really far from the uplink, you're not going to make it back in time. That's totally a valid strategy.
Shit.
Okay. So Robin is okay. Yeah. So she's in a good position. Underneath this objective is where you can get in a sneaky
I shot
cap.
myself.
Oh. She shot herself. That happens. Dr. Oculus gets a pickup on the bearded bard. See where the other guys are. It looks like they're inching in a bit. Maybe. She might not know where they're coming from. Perhaps. And let's see. Okay, so where VRGamerDude is, he's like in the middle towards, he can kind of flank towards them if he wants to be a little bit more aggressive because he's right there. Okay, the revive goes up on Buck. Then they have another person down? So it's still, what, 3v4.5 on that team. Lewandowski is scoping it. You can see his black glove. That's oh, Dr. Oculus goes down. That's another way. Some people forget what team they're on or what side. You can just look at your gloves and see. So Lewandowski's taking the high road here to kind of make it. Oh my, VRGamerDude right there. Does he know they're there? Do they hear each other? Oh yeah, he gets he gets Cutie Bob or Randall. Buck is still there. Is he gonna poke? Is he gonna look? Ring around the rosy here. Oh, he's running away. He doesn't know he's there. He didn't hear him. That's surprising. You would think he'd be able to hear him. Oh no, Buck catches him.
And now it's
poor,
1v2.
yeah.
Sorry, I was quiet there for a little bit. I was working on some things. Was not dehydrating. No, it was not. But that is it.
Flash
Getting
wins.
the point. Lebowski finishing off. Going for the celebration loop.
Yeah, you gotta do like a celebration dance or something.
It's all about the dance. And a little about the prance.
And that wasn't by time, so that was good. With that VRGamerDude, I thought he could have picked up that double right there. And that's part of it is, clearing that entire area. But he did get one. So that's kind of like, honestly, a little bit exciting sometimes. You're like, oh, I got somebody. Yay! I'm not useless. Well, I would say like I didn't get any kills or anything like that. But sometimes that's fine because that just meant that you were watching the objective and no one got you. You defended it. That's what people say to make me feel better.
It's like, it happens to everybody. It happens to the best of us. Sometimes, that just opportunity presents yourself and the gun won't fire. What are you going to do? Just happens.
Yeah. Yes, totally. There's always an excuse. I'll ask Carol. I'm sure she has a list.
That's the weird thing about Carol is that there's no excuse. It's just nothing happens. She just acts like she forgot.
It looks like Joker and Project are in the chat. They are players, or former players, but they've played on the league, and they say it's pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, they have themselves a good old time, just like the rest of us, I think. They're longtime friends of ours, and we love watching these guys play. It's also the old timers. Some of them swing by to say hello. It's always good to see them. The people that used to play Onward all the time, and maybe you're doing family stuff now. Or like, if you're Thunder Pilot, you're doing a whole bunch of things right now.
Maybe too many. Some might say too
many.
Yeah,
well, what are you going to do?
So Joker is saying he's trying to follow Robin because she's hilarious. It is so true. I played Hyper Dash with her a couple weeks ago because we were getting ready for a Killettos Hyper Dash tournament, and she was on the opposing team, and every time she would get me, she'd just like slide away laughing, like ha ha ha. It's really cute.
Physics is happening.
She's such a cool person because I asked if she could play. She's never played Onward before. She had to download it, and so I think that's just really awesome that they're like, yeah, of course, Some people can't because they have to look good.
Is this last one?
63009.
Is what I was told.
Alright, let's do it.
Okay, so they did look at the tablet. They're checking out the code.
809.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we cap it, we're only
Be referred to as Taco Bell.
Okay, we went from strategy to Taco Bell. All right, now I'm a little hungry. So the tablet will have the code in there, and you can put in the code, like put in like 4 digits, and then hit the back button to look at the code again and enter it. But if you accidentally hit enter, or if you put in the wrong code, you have to start all over again. And I don't think there's a back button like that when you're putting in the code. So you can only just go back to look at it, which is what some people do. And there are people who are amazing. They can just memorize it immediately. I am not one of those people.
Yeah, the people with the heavy memory. I remember I was watching a match with Globochem, and they were literally saying the names of every player and where they were going to be and what position they were going to be in before it happened.
Yeah, that is something like when you play with people, like, because again, they don't have name tags or anything. They do not see that. That's just for us on the stream. But when you play long enough, you kind of just get used to people's heights and their mannerisms or their loadout. That really gives them away. So if you're trying to like conceal yourself, you know. Oh, Cammy goes down from VRGamerDude at a distance.
I'm getting ready to push downhill.
Okay, Lambo is give some direction here.
Just put shots if you see him.
Oh, he's just running. He's gutsy. Oh, Randall gets VRGamerDude. Vengeance is his for Cammy. Lembowski is gonna jingle around here on top of where Randall is. Oh, he gets Randall. Good pickup. That clears that out. It looked like there was a team down somewhere. Okay, Revive comes out on VRGamerDude. As you can see, a lot of these shots are not hitting. Okay, this is like the first utility that I'm seeing here. We've got, smoke utility. We've got smokes coming out in the center of the map.
The smoke
Again,
is no joke.
Yeah, the smokes are great for suppression, for sound suppression, for coverage, distraction, all of the above.
Now, Enigma was a fan of the green smoke, right?
Who?
Enigma? Wasn't that Enigma's group?
Oh, yeah, Enigma. Yeah.
I saw that
Oh!
shot. Lebowski just picking off heads.
Yeah, he got Dr. Oculus there. He on his peak.
All right, Lombowski's looking for a ability to get into a charge. He's going to go for the cap. No one is going to
Oh,
stop.
yeah,
No one
he's
knows that the
going.
pin is
He's
down.
going to finish it off.
No one knows they need to cover it.
He's like, okay, all right. He's waiting.
Anybody? Bueller?
Let's go. He's like, all right, okay, I waited. Okay, and throws the tablet. And the Flash wins, which is great, because I'm Team Flash.
Yay!
My favorite. Yay! Murder!
No more
that's
Eobod winning this one, huh?
Yeah. That was the game. That was pretty fun to watch. I love watching, people try to like play for the first time. Again, this isn't like a league game. I highly recommend you checking out a league game, especially after like learning a little bit about how the game works, because it's fantastic to watch people and you can see and recognize the strategy that comes out. And that's a really, really big thing that that helped me, because it's weird. I actually didn't put this together, but my friend who's a nurse with chemo, she was saying like, well, you're putting like poison in your body.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Oh, right.
It attacks anything that grows fast.
Yeah, so it really just like it just kills you, you know? I mean, I'm a lot shakier. I have to use a gun stock because I don't have steady hands, and I forget things very easily, even in the middle of a sentence that I'm speaking. So this game really helped me like focus very, very, very specifically to one goal. And I got 6 minutes to try and achieve that goal. And if I didn't achieve it, it was okay. I got to try again. You know, so that was really, really important to me, because even though it's difficult and it's hard, I mean, the harder thing was the chemo. So this in comparison was a really good stepping, like segue into like being able to be myself again and try and think. So a really, really big thanks to Downpour for just creating the game, for the leagues, for organizing games, all of the people I met in the community who just, you know, helped me learn how to play. So it's a really great community to be a part of, and I really want to thank everyone for coming out for my birthday. We are going to keep the page up. It'll be up till December, so we'll probably do another one of these, you know, for, whoa, look at that, we raised more money.
So
Fantastic. So close.
So close.
I'll push those out, so go ahead and share those in your Discords and on your links. I greatly appreciate it. We do have some game keys to give out to some folks, and we've got your names on the chat list, so we will contact you on Discord to hand those out for you. So thanks again, everyone, for coming out.
Yeah, again, this is Vivian and Control Floor Delete, and I am Poonanders. Thank you for joining us in the V Respawn studio for this show match that we did in Onward with our streamer pals to raise money for MD Anderson Cancer Research Center. So please check out the page. Please share it with your friends. We will see you guys with the next thing we do. So Vivian, you want to send us home? Give a little goodbye?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It really means so much that you are out here and supporting us, and all of the streamers and content creators and the last minute League players who jumped in to play. Thank you so much. You guys have a favor from me owed, so pocket that. Have a good one, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Light shimmer off the